Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Samuel, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the 5 tips that I wish I knew before I started medical school. 5 tips that can really help you, if you're starting medical school or just starting university for the first time. And yeah, so if you're new to this channel, you know that I'm a medical student and I'm also a musician, and in every video or in my recent videos I'm gonna start embedding kind of the music / instrumental that I personally make into the video. So let's go make that instrumental right now. Okay, welcome back. So the five things I wish I knew before I started medical school. I think 2 of them are about studying. This is obviously because medicine is such a study intensive course. So I just have 2 tips that can help you with how you study. And then yeah, we'll just go on from there. So the first 2 tips. First one is learn how you learn. So you need to know how you study and learn how you study. I think this is so important because I think medicine, the level of information and the amount of information you're getting is so much, and your study style might not be applicable when you start medicine. So I found this out for me personally. So the way I used to study back in 6th form was very just kind of read the textbooks and just make notes, and I had to do more when I got to medical school. And so you need to find out how you study, and I think a good resource for this is actually a guy called Ali Abdul. He's also a YouTuber and he's a junior doctor in Cambridge now. Yeah, so he just recently finished medical school and now he's a junior doctor at Cambridge. And he has like a whole playlist, just loads of videos about how to study, and it's very cool, it's very amazing. And I think they're really helpful, and I've just started 3rd year medical school now, and I'm using them to just help me do better in medical school. So yeah, just use those videos, and I'll put them in the description. Yeah, so that's the first thing, learn how you learn. Yeah, let's go to the second tip. Okay, so my second tip will be study consistently. This is a must in medical school, and I know this because I didn't do it, and I wish I really did it, because it's actually it's so key, and it's just the best way to keep on top of all the things you have to learn, and just the best way to also have a life when exam period comes, because I know that that if I did this, I would have done way better in my first year and second year. I mean, I did alright in my first year and second year. I did well, I got alright grades and I passed. However, if I studied consistently, I would have done so much better. I think this is the downside of being like of doing different things outside medicine, for me, like personally anyway. But studying consistently is very important. You wanna try to create a timetable and do a little bit every day, and this is so helpful because you can just do like maybe 2 hours of work every day, and that will be way better than trying to do an all-nighter or like trying to do 8-10 hours of work. And I know I definitely was in this trap all the time. I always did it. At Manchester Medical School, we do something called PBL. It stands for problem-based learning, and essentially what we do is we just learn by cases. So we get like a medical case on a Monday, for example, someone had a heart attack, and we just learn everything we need to know about heart attacks, the treatment and everything, from Monday to Thursday. And on Friday we just share that information in like a group setting, and it was always due on Friday basically. And the amount of times I was doing all-nighters on Thursdays was so many times. Like I think every week I was doing an all-nighter on Thursday just to try to get some information in to take into BBL to talk about, because yeah, and that's just not the smartest way to revise. So don't shoot yourself in the foot. Yeah, so just do a little bit every day, and it's just the best. So if you create a timetable for yourself and do like 2 hours of that work of PBL, for example, and then you have the rest of your day to do whatever. Don't be stupid and just relax all the time. I mean, yeah, it's good to relax, but just make sure you also do your work. That's my second tip. Okay, so my third tip is to get away from medicine. So by this I mean doing activities that help you get away from medicine and just help you forget about medicine just for a short while. So for me, this is music. So I do like I always say, I do loads of music. I got involved a lot in my church music, so I play the instruments at church. Like I play piano at church. And I've played at concerts and stuff like that, so I'm always like trying to just maybe too much, but I always did something outside medicine as well, which helps just keep you sane, because you're not just like a robot just learning loads of information and just taking that in all the time. You're also like, you're a human being, so you have to learn to just get that balance of just like outside medicine and medicine stuff. So make sure you do activities to get away from medicine. One thing I can advise is like joining like a society in university. So there's loads, wherever university you go to, there's loads of societies at university, and pick and choose wherever you want to go to. So you could be doing like basketball one week, and then football another week, and then hockey, and like there's just loads of fun stuff you can do in the university just to keep fit, to have fun, to just make friends, and it's just, yeah. And you could do music, just there's loads of stuff to do in uni, and that's the best thing about university. I think the extracurriculars, just to help you develop as a well-rounded person, not just a robot. And so that's my third tip. Make sure you just do stuff outside medicine. Medicine is not your whole life. Okay, so my fourth tip would be make friends. It's simple. It's a simple life skill everyone needs to have, but make new friends. Making new friends is very like vital in medical school, especially just because medical school can get very stressful, and just having friends that you guys can, talk about like any issues you're having, or just talking about, you guys are going through the same thing together. So it's just very nice to have someone to like complain to or rant about something. And also I think the main thing for me about making new friends is just you guys can help each other, and I think that is like the best thing about making new friends, especially in university or in med school, because when exam period comes, you guys can form revision groups, or just form small revision groups and help each other pass your exams. I know that there's been so many times where I've gone into the exam hall and I've seen the question paper, I've seen a question, and I know that, and I know the answer straight away because I've revised that question with my friend, and I wouldn't have done that, or I wouldn't have revised that particular thing. But yeah, so it's very useful, just making friends, and it's a useful life skill anyway. So everyone should be making friends, regardless of if you're in university, medical school, or anything. So making new friends is just part of the new experience, and you guys will make amazing friends. So the last tip number 5, is not really I don't think it's not a tip per se, but I think of it as a tip. And it's just basically something that is more personal to me. I mean, all the other tips I wish I knew before starting, and I would have done way better with them. But I think this tip, or this point, is very important. There's something called imposter syndrome. So beware of imposter syndrome. So that's why I'm going to title this tip: beware of imposter syndrome. So for those of you that don't know what imposter syndrome is, I'm just gonna put what the definition is right here. Imposter syndrome is a psychological pattern in which an individual doubt their accomplishments and has a persistent internalized fear of being exposed as a fraud. This is something I definitely struggled with, especially in first year. I think it's a self-esteem thing, probably, but at the beginning of first year, I felt I just had this overwhelming feeling that like I didn't deserve to be here. Basically, I don't deserve to be in med school. All these guys are way smarter than I am. They smashed all their grades, and they've just got I was comparing myself a lot with other medical students, and that's a problem, because in medical school everyone is smart, and I think it's in a way kind of stupid to compare yourself to other people, and it's just very pointless. So I don't advise it at all. It's even funny because I always had this feeling that at some point the medical school just email me and be like, we made a mistake with application. And I'm gonna talk about my medical school story and how I got in, and it will make more sense why that's relevant. I always had this fear that they'll email me and sort of be like, we made a mistake in your application and you actually didn't get in, and yeah, we're gonna kick you out. And it's very irrational, but it's just something that I struggled with, and I know other medical students actually struggled with that as well. Just the feeling of not being enough, not being good enough. I think I'm very much over that now. I'm past that now. But I just want you guys to know that you deserve to be where you are. You've gotten all the grades, all the tests, all the interviews, and you've gotten in. So you definitely deserve to be in medical school. And at no point should you feel you don't deserve to be in it. I just want to encourage someone who might not be feeling confident in themselves. I just want you guys to know that you deserve to be in medical school, and I know that you're definitely going to get through it. At the end of it all, medical school can be easy. It's a difficult course. It's not easy, but you can make it slightly easy for yourself. If I follow these tips, for example, the tips I've already mentioned, studying consistently, and learning how I studied, and just making friends, and because I knew it took ages for me to make close friends and stuff like that. If I follow these tips, I feel like medicine, just the kickstarting medicine would have been slightly easier. So definitely do those things. Just don't feel like you don't deserve to be in medical school, and I know that you're gonna do amazing. So I'm just gonna summarize everything I'm talked about so far. So number one, learn how you learn, because it's really important, and you don't want to faff around trying to figure out how you learn whilst the semester is going on, because I did that and it took me like half a semester, and so you're just wasting time. Second thing was study consistently. Definitely study consistently. Create a timetable and a plan. 2 hours every day, I think, is enough. And even 2 hours I think is slightly too much if you're smart with your revision. So yeah, and also remember to go on the link with Ali Abdul and watch all his study videos, because they're really helpful, and I'm gonna put that in the description anyway. Third was do activities to get away from medicine. Yeah, definitely have fun in medicine, because medicine is not your whole life. So you have fun, do sports, do something else outside medicine. Fourth thing, make new friends. I can't even stress the importance of that. That's just a life skill that everyone needs to have. Make new friends. It just makes the university experience so much more fun. Yeah, and the fifth thing, final thing, is just beware of imposter syndrome. You deserve to be in medical school. Yeah, and I know you're gonna do amazing things in medical school. So I think that's all from me today. I think I'm gonna start doing this weekly comments thing that I've seen other YouTubers do. It's basically, I'll just ask a question and you guys comment below. So this week's question of the week, or question of the day, question of the week, I guess, is if you're a medical student, for example, what other tips can you give to new medical students, or new medical students or new students in university that can help them just do well in university? And also, I want to know if anyone else has struggled with imposter syndrome, because I know it's quite common, but it's not spoken of in public that often. Yeah, it's not spoken of in public that often. So just let me know in the comments. That would be really helpful for someone else who might be struggling with it. And yeah, so I just want to build a nice little community, just helping each other out. So please subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell to be notified of when I upload a new video. I think I'm going to be uploading videos once a week, just to keep up with all my demands. So medical school, and then also my music stuff, and also yeah, just this YouTube stuff. Yeah, just to get a good balance in my life. I think once a week for now. Please subscribe, share this video with someone. Yeah, tell a friend to tell a friend about this video, and I think that's me done. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.